Hey, this is Matt once again. What about to the video? There's another paid request, this time for Nick, who wanted me to do a commentary and then a review of Batman Begins. But for those interested requesting pretty much any type of videos, topics, commentaries, reviews, re-reviews, randomness, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. So this should be interesting because, to be perfectly honest, I have not seen this film in a long time. I'm not really a big Nolan Batman fan, but maybe this will determine finally whether I hate the film or whether I just, yeah, it's there. But I know I'm much more into the new Batman one. But I do remember some good actors in this movie. So 3, 2, 1, pressing play. I'm not really going to tell any background info because it's all stuff I would just be reading off Wikipedia anyway. The Batman franchise, I mean, before this, in 97, you have Batman and Robin, so that was looked at as such an embarrassment that they wanted to go in a much different direction. So yeah, you had a director who did films like Memento and stuff like that. And you get him to do much more serious take on Batman. The hell is that anyway that they're found? Yeah, that's really smart, Bruce. Hide in the well so you can fall down. There you go. Idiot. You know, for a kid, you're fucking stupid. Be lucky you didn't break your neck. Oh no, it's the bats. They called Lou Diamond Phillips. You got bait, go turn into a vampire. This is Christian Bale. This is after that night of Terminator Salvation when he yelled about the lights. They put him in jail for it? Damn, they're harsh in Hollywood. Oh. I'm gonna shank you. Listen. I don't pay, I don't punk. Show a little bit of his, fighting abilities here, breaking legs, punching. But like the thing is, like, I think this is not that well edited, where it's just a mess, it's just chaotic, and I think that's one of the issues I have with the film is that whenever a fight scene happens, it just gets so chaotic, so messy that I can barely tell what's happening. Is that Born Identity type of thing? Because Born Identity was huge at this time. I mean, what year did Born Identity come out? That's when a variety of these big budget films, yeah, 2002. So a variety of these films try to have that fight scene like the Born Identity. Because they feel that the chaotic means excitement. If it's chaotic and it's messy, it just, oh, it's like you're really there during the fight. You're bobbing and weaving just like them. And I'm like, well, I can get the idea maybe in Saving Private Ryan, but it's not my preferred way of watching a fight scene. Of course, it's Liam Neeson. I mean, this is before he got a new resurgence with Taken, because Taken was, what, 2008? This is 2005. I mean, by this point, he had done films like Rob Roy and other stuff. But I mean, Liam Neeson was a good choice for Ra's al Ghul. I mean, he was a pretty good choice for that. He fits. Leader of the League of Shadows. He uses chaos to punish the corrupt and decadent who goes undercover as an associate of the lead and trains Bruce in martial arts, later revealing himself in the film's climax. David Goyer, the writer, said he was the most complex of villains, comparing him to Osama bin Laden. Gary Oldman was the first choice for the part, but ended up playing James Gordon. Guy Pearce reported that the pair had discussions about him playing the role, but both of them decided that he was too young for the part. Now, as for Bruce Wayne, Bale was intrigued when Darren Aronofsky was part of the film. Other people up for it was Henry Cavill, Billy Crudup, Jake Gyllenhaal, Joshua Jackson, Heath Ledger, Cillian Murphy, Josh Hartnett. There's even on YouTube Cillian Murphy as Bruce Wayne Batman. And here's the thing, I think Christian Bale makes for a good Bruce Wayne, if I'm being fair. It's just when he's Batman, it just gets ridiculous to me with that voice. And because it was to hide his voice. Well, if people can buy a guy in a bat suit, like, people are buying that a guy in a bat suit is out there stopping crime. Like, let's be honest, the idea of Batman is silly and ridiculous. A guy is out in the city wearing a bat suit. That in itself is a ridiculous notion. People are already letting you, with a leap of faith, accepting that a rich guy isn't just going to get drunk and get laid or just do a bunch of charities, that he's actually going to wear a damn bat suit and have a ton of gadgets. And then in a world where you give stuff like, in the comics and stuff, Clayface and Bane and such. I'm talking about the Bane in the comics, not the Bane in Dark Knight Pisses. That one I do hate. I know that. I know people say the new Batman film is boring. I mean, I didn't understand it being too long, but that, I was more interested in that story than this one. I mean, I get it. I can appreciate what they're trying to do, but like I said, the idea of Bruce training with pretty much, ninjas in a way. Of course, you assume that's Ra's al Ghul because he's Asian. Was it Ken Watanabe, who would later be in those Godzilla films? Of course, when you look at like the animated show, Liam Neeson looks like the Ra's al Ghul with the facial hair, so I wonder if there's some people that watch this and go, wait a minute, Liam Neeson's Ra's al Ghul, and they weren't surprised and shocked. I just wonder if there's anyone out there who were not surprised by that. I mean, it does have a good cast like Liam Neeson, Morgan Freeman, Gary Oldman, Cillian Murphy as Scarecrow. Yeah, deaf don't care about fair. I do like that line. This is not a dance. Fears being poor. He fears STDs. He fears getting with the wrong hooker. See, looking up here, I figure, why not? In January 2003, they hired the director. Doing the origins of this character, which is a story that's never been told before. Humanity and realism would be the basis of the origin film. World of Batman is that of grounded reality. It will be a recognizable contemporary reality against which an extraordinary heroic figure arises. Inspiration 1978 Superman, depicting the character's growth. Apparently, Batman the Long Halloween was influenced on Goyer in writing the screenplay with the villain Carmine Falcone as one of the main elements. Halloween's sober, serious approach. They considered having Harvey Dent in the film, but replaced him with a new character, Rachel Dawes, when they realized they couldn't do him justice. I mean, to give Carrera credits due, it does try to have a epic feel to it. Right, he's going schizo now. Don't be a schizo, Bruce. We paid too much for these tickets. Too goddamn expensive. Fuck that, we're staying. Because this goes into Bruce's guilt because he was the reason that told the parents to leave, and if he had shut the fuck up, parents would be alive. And at least at this point, you had not seen this scene seemingly 10 fucking times. With the parents getting killed and the necklace. Yeah, don't be afraid. But he's going to feel a lot of guilt. He'll be like, I fucked up. Because, I mean, you see Bruce's parents get killed in the Zack Snyder films, saw him get killed in Gotham. It's one of those things like you never want to see it again. And Gary Oldman is a good actor. You know, he was a nice fit for Commissioner Gordon. I know Tim Burton's a big fan of this film. I think of Michael Caine this movie. I think he's going to go in his speech about the cider house rules. Yeah, sorry, I'm not saying anything. Just pretty much them going through the training montages. Of course, that gauntlet Liam Neeson has is going to be similar to what Batman has. Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just something about, I don't know if it's the way this is paced. I don't know if it's the way these fight scenes are shot. Just something about it doesn't grab me as much as other people do. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe the origin of Batman just doesn't interest me as much as others, or I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Just for some reason. Like, it's funny how people with Robert Pattinson, like, I read one complaint, oh my god, he's so moody and he should have gotten over it. I'm sitting there going, folks, people praised this movie and you don't see Bruce Wayne getting over it with how moody he is. And then he goes here. It's part of the. Seems to be part of it is dark and brooding. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe I just. The Batman interests me more than Bruce Wayne. Maybe that's what it is. I mean, I know it's not fair to say, but maybe that's what it is. That the Batman figure interests me more than the Bruce Wayne figure. Now that I think about it, like, the stuff I liked with Batman is when we mostly see him as Batman. Yeah, Bruce, stop being a bitch. Sorry is not the most exciting commentary. I never said it would be. Like I said, it is kind of one of those films that kind of speaks for itself. I guess with me with Batman, like when I think of Batman, I think of the more fanciful ideals and concepts and moments of Batman, and then like okay, what do I want in a realistic version? Again, I kind of got that for me. Batman Begins with the Batman, the new one was kind of what I got out of it. I know for a lot of people, this is like their favorite Batman movie. Like, you look at comments, people consistently say this is the best Batman movie, the best comic book movie. Maybe just I have different preferences when it comes to. Now, this guy I recognize. This guy, he was. God, I always forget his name. He was in the Rob Zombie film 31. He was in 3 from Hell. He was in. Richard Brake, that's his name. Richard Brake was in the movie 31. He was in the movie 3 from Hell. He was the asshole in the 2005 Doom movie. Again, maybe that's the preference with me with Batman is that when I watch Batman, I prefer a bit of that fanciful, bigger than life portion of Batman. Even the new Batman, yeah, is more grounded than maybe Tim Burton, but that still had a bit more of that detective story. Like, that was just more intriguing to me. The detective angle. I'll be honest, I never gave a fuck about Rachel Dawes. Never gave a fuck about this character. Just never did. Never gave a fuck about their love story. That's why I didn't care that she died in the second film. Of course, they had a different actress. Just never gave a fuck about that. What the fuck? Fuck you, bitch. Yeah, God forbid the guy's like, hey, this guy killed my parents and he's being let go. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, suck my dick, Rachel Dawes. Not the actress. Was that her last name? Fuck you, bitch. If someone killed my parents, I'd take a gun, shoot him in the face as well. And I would have a fucking cheeseburger at goddamn McDonald's. And some french fries afterward. Fuck that shit. Especially that holier-than-thou mentality, and then by the end, he lets Ra's al Ghul die anyway. So that bid mentality didn't fucking work out anyway. I'm not gonna kill you, but I don't have to save you. Yeah, well, I mean, same difference. Fucking same difference. Now we have Tom Wilkinson as Falcone. Should have kept that gun and shot him in the face. What do you want that shitty jacket for? And 5 minutes later, that guy was shot and someone stole his coat. And the money. Newspaper next day. Hobo shot to death. Had no coat. Wonder why. So that gets into how he was arrested. Yeah, I think people would assume that because of the disaster of Batman and Robin, like, this is the film that was needed to begin again. Again, sorry about this. Funny enough, as I watch it, I don't really have much to say about it. Takes effort, though, to make a fucking scene with ninjas kind of boring. I'll say that takes fucking effort. I don't think Christopher Nolan is an action director. He was never meant to be. So what he's concentrating on the character of Bruce, like bits with him and Gary Oldman, or I should say, like, okay, Gary Oldman, that first scene we saw Commissioner Gordon in, that's a nice little scene. Or the scenes between Bruce Wayne and Michael Caine, they work decently well. Again, I hate the way these action scenes are shot. Again, for what's considered the best comic book movie ever, I mean, that's still a draw I have against it. In a way, the Ken Watanabe stuff is, well, not exactly, but it's kind of like what the the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, where you think it's one guy, but it's a different guy. Granted, very different way. One's done much more comedic, and this one's done more serious. I mean, I guess that's one thing I can also deal with this film. Is not breaking character with comedy every 10 minutes like a new Marvel film. Again, I'd at least give credit to that. And this is, of course, just into the difference between the two. Fuck you, Fu Manchu. Injustice. Just take that fucking hair on his chair and go right against your knee. By Godzilla? Sorry. Gotham must be destroyed by Godzilla. Gojira. Of course, we know this ain't gonna happen, so. Should I murder someone, dipshit? He's a murderer. He'd always cut the head off and then lie. Back to Gotham. So we have this sword fight scene with a lot of close-ups, a lot of edits, a lot of cuts. Don't want the choreography to last too long, because Christian Bale's a good actor. He's not an expert in martial arts or sword fighting or anything of the sort. So kind of like, Matt Damon, The Bourne Identity, you get people that you know, good actor, but teaching little snippets of choreography. Do this, do that, do that, do this. Nice explosions, I'll give you that. Nice practical explosions. And Silence don't be a big mistake. Him letting Liam Neeson live. Imagine how much weight, a whole body is on one arm. But then the ability to lift this guy with one arm. I could buy Arnold Schwarzenegger doing it. A bit less with Christian Bale doing it, but whatever. It is what it is. He won't care. He'll probably kill you and whoever the hell else is there. That's another thing about this trilogy. Like, you really look into this trilogy of Batman. You look at what little Batman has actually done compared to other timelines. Like, he goes in here, he makes himself this symbol, he saves Gotham from Ra's al Ghul. The second film, some people are scared of Batman, and then you're dealing with the Joker. The third film, he saves Gotham from Bane. Good chunk of the city gets destroyed because of the way Bane terroristic acts. And then Bruce Wayne, how you want to interpret it, that he died or he fucked off with Catwoman. I mean, who's to say Gotham is going to last that long in hunky-dory territory? I mean, for all we know, 2 months after Batman's dead, the crowd's like, oh wow, Batman's gone, we can do whatever the fuck we want. So I guess that's where Joseph Gordon-Levitt is going to come in, who is not nearly as trained as how Christian Bale was in this movie. I mean, yeah, he's a police officer, but... And can you really say he was as trained as Bruce Wayne was? That felt like something that was forced in there, too, the whole Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Oh, he happens to be... Robin. It's like, what? So again, in the grand scheme of things, it just doesn't seem much when you compare it to... like... Like 89 Batman's an established character, and then with Batman Returns, he lives on. There's no ending, which they don't ruin with The Flash. Whatever the hell that movie. Of course, I missed the bypass of the Cillian Murphy as the Scarecrow. Interested to put him into a movie. I know there was talks after Batman and Robin that Joel Schumacher wanted another shot at to have more of a darker movie, and I think Scarecrow would have been one of the villains. I mean, one title was called Batman Triumphant. There were other titles for it. Obviously, because of Batman and Robin, that didn't work out. And then because of that movie, like people just, Joe Schumacher's a bad director. Joe Schumacher, he's never done anything good. I'm sitting there going, you never saw 8mm, did you? You never saw A Time to Kill, did you? You never saw Falling Down, did you? Again, look at 8mm, Falling Down, A Time to Kill. Yeah, Joe Schumacher was a good director, just not right for Batman. Or maybe not right for what the studio wanted for Batman, because the studio demanded more of a lighter tone. Because Batman Returns, McDonald's and such were so pissed off. I will say this looks better than what it was in Zack Snyder's film, where I know it was a dream scene, but then Bruce Wayne starts flying up because the bats are tearing him. I know it was a dream, but it still looks stupid even for a dream. Oh yeah, Rutger Hauer. And always great to see Rutger Hauer in there. May rest in peace. Love Rutger Hauer as an actor. Grew up with Rutger Hauer. Of course, people remember him from Blade Runner, but I remember him the most from The Hitcher, Split Second, Blind Fury, among other films. Dan always enjoyed him. And it's sad, even at this time, I mean, the big roles he would get would be stuff like this, where it's a smaller supporting role. And you're hoping and wishing that what the hell was I going to say? Wish that I was at a bigger role in a bigger movie. Again, it's not a good cast. I mean, the supporting cast. I mean, yeah, when you litter your film with stuff like Morgan Freeman and Rutger Hauer and Gary Oldman, Yeah, it's not all bad when you get a supporting cast like that. I mean, you think about it, Lucius is kind of like Q for Batman. All the gadgets and toys. And maybe that's another thing as well, is that really at the end of the day, just as a personal preference wise, the origin of Batman, I guess, really doesn't interest me as much as it does other people. And I don't know, maybe that's my issue with the film, is that the origin of Batman just is as interesting as the current Batman. I did whether the detective route in the new film, whether it be the more action route in the Tim Burton film, like the more crazy way in the Tim Burton one, Batman Returns, or the animated series. I guess the thing, like the origin of Superman was more interesting to me than the origin of Batman. And I don't know, maybe that's where it comes down to. So maybe that's not really the movie's fault. It's just, again, him train with ninjas I found kind of uneventful and kind of boring. Learning how he does the bat. I mean, I guess could be interesting for people. For people that go, what the fuck? How the hell did you do all this? Well, this is how. And then when the actual Batman stuff arrives, like the action scenes, I do think, like the fight scenes are lackluster. I'm surprised this guy is Bullock. Well, I mean, the way they portray him in that Gotham show. Maybe not so much the cartoon version of Bullock. Now, this voice sounds fine. Like, this voice sounds fine. Why couldn't you use this voice for Batman? This voice is slow, but it's not cartoonish. Again, like, that voice is easy to understand. It doesn't sound ridiculous and silly. That voice was fine. That voice was perfectly fine. Yeah, sorry, I'm listening to the dialogue. Again, it's funny. Like, it's when the supporting actors show up that it gets a bit better for me. So, like, the scenes between him and Morgan Freeman, or some bits between him and Michael Caine, or him and Gary Oldman, that's when it kind of livens up for me. I always hated the Tumbler. I hate the way this looks. This ugly ass looking tank. This looks like some, like, fucking shitty Hot Wheels thing. My least favorite look of any of the Batmobiles. I mean, I always hate the look of the Tumbler. I always thought it looked like just, I don't know how to put it. And it was never my cup of tea. A lot of people love it to death. To me, I'm much more a fan of either the fanciful Batmobile like Tim Burton's, or the more slick version like in the new Batman film. I think because the Tumbler just seems a bit much. Like, why not just use a fucking monster truck? Be like a monster truck on top of WCW while Hulk Hogan threw the giant off the fucking roof. Like I said, the bits with Michael Caine worked, the bits with the other stuff worked. Was that weed? I don't know. You sniff it up, buddy. Sniff it all up. You fucking sucker, you. So now we're at the dock location. This is when Batman, his first appearance. I know it's trying to be very like horror film like. But I don't think the lighting for me works with trying to have a horror film feel to it, at least to me. I don't know if I think it's a bit too bright or a bit too. I don't know. I will admit one of the other things about these films is a segment of the fan base. Now, there's a lot of Nolan fans that are cool, that are easygoing, that are fine, that are not anything of any issue or problem. But there's also a segment of the fan base where it's just so any minute. I hate this fucking fight shit. Again, chaos, arms and legs. That's all it is. Chaos, arms and legs. I guess that's his point, to not get a good look at Batman. To not get a good look at him. But yeah, I guess that's his purpose until it's full reveal. But still, I mean, a lousy action set piece in my opinion. I'm sure because I said that, like the way he said nice coat is a bit wanty for me. And like I said, there are fans of these films that are cool and easygoing and fine and have no issues, but there is a segment of the fan base that are just very fucking hostile. That any minute negativity on anything remotely of Nolan, they just absolutely completely lose their fucking mind and lose their fucking thought processes. Because unless you say these are 5 out of 5 perfect A++ movies, then you're the devil. There's the voice now. Someone rattle the cages. Someone like you. Someone rattle the cages. His voice when he was talking with Gary Oldman was fine. But this shit... like some bitch. And that's the thing, like, Batman should make a really great first impression when he shows up, and all I saw was a flurry of arms and legs and badly done fight scenes. Like, I didn't think it was scary or atmospheric like other people did. The lighting, I don't think it was as eerie or atmospheric as other people feel, and I think the fight scenes are just cluttered and clumsy. Clumsy is the wrong word, but cluttered and messy, and just, like I said, conglomeration of parts. And for, again, a film considered the best or one of the best superhero movies, yes, I do think that's a fucking issue. I mean, fuck, people don't get mad at me, but I watched the R-rated version of Daredevil and I see better fight scenes than this one. They think that just because the film is humorless automatically means it's so much better. Not everybody feels that way, but there's some people that seem to do. But you can also have a balance as well. Yeah, just my opinion. Here we're going to get to our weapon for the bad guys. Pretty much a big old microwave to microwave Gotham. Of course, the Ra's al Ghul and his men have this stuff. I'm going to say this right here, don't piss people off. Now that we're fucking halfway through the film. People feel this way about the new Batman. This film to me drags more than the new Batman. I'm sorry. How people feel about I guess that's the best way to put it. How people feel about this film is how I feel about this movie. And how people feel about this movie is how I feel about this film. The flaws people deal with this film, I give to this one. And the positives people give to this film, I give to this film. This is my Batman Begins. This one I was very impressed with. This one I much prefer. This one I guess that's where you go. It's like the Batman fan watching Batman Begins and not liking it as much. Like, I know people find this film boring. I find this film fucking boring. I do. And I wouldn't say I hate it. I would not call it awful. And in fairness, no, I would not call it a piece of shit. I just find it a very boring, overlong movie with lame fight sequences, good supporting cast, The look of Gotham does nothing for me. The look of Gotham for me is very bland and boring and generic. I do feel that way. And people do get pissed and disagree all they want. I'm not going to change my mind and get. That's just how it is. And I watch it again. That's really what it comes down to. It really does. And yes, I got more into the Riddler's story and plot than Ra's al Ghul's story and plot. Now, yeah, Liam Neeson's Liam Neeson. Liam Neeson's badass, but I can't really say I give a flying fuck about Ra's al Ghul's plot. Of course, he was never one of my favorite Batman villains anyway. I mean, to be honest, the Cillian Murphy stuff is more interesting than the Ra's al Ghul stuff. I think Cillian Murphy does a good job. The whole fear toxin thing. Again, the fear toxin and the scarecrow stuff to me is much more, for me, an interesting storyline again than the Ra's al Ghul stuff. But I'm sure they felt that the scarecrow himself would not make enough of a villain. And this fucking voice, man. And to be honest, I'm not even a fan of the suit. Like, the suit looks just chunky. Chunky asses. The suit looks chunky as fuck. He wants me to do a review of this, and I don't want to forget some of this stuff. Suit, chunky asses. Voice, such dick. Pacing, boring. Fights, messy, and confusing at times. Good supporting cast. I can't take that shit seriously. Swear to me! Swear to me! Why? God fucking... What? Do I look like a cop? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Wayne Enterprises. Yep, there you go. Sure listened. Gotham, I don't know what, just Gotham just looks very generic. I mean, just there's does nothing for me. Gives a fuck about you, kid. Fuck did you give him free shit for? Dad's gonna find, where did you steal that from, and beat the shit out of him with a belt. Good job, Batman. Dad's like, where the fuck did you get this shit? Did you steal from... Who do you steal this from? You get the belt. Damn, messed the guy up while he's taking a piss. Can't even take a piss in peace. Fuck, you need a lighter? It's not even that fucking... Good stunt on the person to be on fire. I mean, that's a real guy, real person on fire. Kudos to the stunt person. That's a very dangerous thing to do. Extremely dangerous. I always get that confused where he gets lit on fire. I keep thinking it was The Dark Knight, but yeah, it was this movie as we saw here. Yeah, just not a... God, this voice thing is just so fucking ridiculous. Why do we fall? Because you hit in the fucking well that you shouldn't have. Stupid. That's why you fell. If it's your birthday, I'm gonna buy you a hooker. That will help you out. Make you happy. Always nice to see Morgan Freeman and Michael Caine in the same frame, working together. Too bad it's that much. Some of us have work to do. Fine, fuck you, bitch. You don't slap him again like you did an hour ago. How fucking long it been? Oh, the arrowhead. Hey, remember that time you fell down a well and you almost died? Here's a reminder of that. And it's not a bad musical score, but again, like compared to other Batman movies, I just enjoy a lot of their musical scores more. Like I enjoy the Danny Elfman, Tim Burton ones more. I enjoyed the score in this new one more. The I enjoyed both much more than this. Well, that's going to lead to Rutger Hauer's character getting fired. And did you get the memo? Did you get the memo, bitch? Well, I don't know. I mean, depends on what movie you watch. Believe me, there's some movies I watch that immediately when it's done, you feel like you had a psychotic breakdown. I mean, I could name you a bunch of films that could do that to you. Go watch Alien Beasts or Feeders 2 or the Michael Bay produced Ninja Turtle movies. You'd have a psychotic breakdown as well watching them. Watch, he's gonna groom you in the elevator. Watch it. Cillian Murphy is a pretty good actor. I mean, I first saw him in 28 Days Later. I saw that in the theater actually, and enjoyed it for what it was. And he was also in Red Eye. I thought he did a pretty decent job in Red Eye. Like I say, he was up for Bruce Wayne Batman, but Christian Bale got it. When Scarecrow does this thing with the hand, it's kind of like, what was that lawyer video game? He has that up, you know. I forget what the fuck that is. What's it called? That lawyer like video game thing? Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. Phoenix Wright. When Scarecrow does it, hey you. But the Batman has a talent for. Some are pretty much the fear toxin, the water supply, the Ra's al Ghul stuff. God, the fact we have like an hour left. Jesus. I know a lot of people really get into these fight scenes, but I did a lot of times it's like close-ups, and like I said, it's I'm gonna leave this running. I'll be right back, though. I don't want to mess up the thing, but I'll be right back. I gotta get a drink. I gotta get something to drink and some other stuff. So I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I just don't want to mess up the timing of it. Bear with me. Again, I apologize for that. Here we have the bat swarm. Well, I hope those prisoners aren't... they don't escape. Then hopefully those... Like I said, hopefully those prisoners aren't dangerous that he probably let escape now, if they had any brains. And we get the Tumblr scene. And yeah, this is the music. This is the music that is probably the most well known from this franchise. Ba da 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 da. Guess he didn't have, yeah. So does he have the cure at home? If so, why didn't he bring and put some in the car just in case? If he has the cure back at home, I don't know why he wouldn't just bring some and put it in the car. Maybe he doesn't have any at home. Yeah, sure, he'll turn off the engine. Now, I don't know why he needed to be in that position to drive the rest of the way, but okay. I mean, is there an actual reason why he had to go and slide down in order to drive the rest of the scene? Well, what's the actual reason for it? I mean, you can't aim from there. I guess for him, maybe it's just better driving. I don't know. I guess it's a tank. These must be strong fucking roofs to hold this damn tank. Any roofs around here, if you... It's gonna feel like it'll already fall through if you stand on it. Let alone a fucking tank jumping onto it. But, hey. To be fair, I guess roofs should hopefully a bit more tougher than that. But I know, just with this massive tank, just how much that weighs, when it was jumping on rooftop is like all that heavy metal on it. Still kind of strange that they lost him there for a minute. I mean, like some, if you're right behind me, you gotta, I would assume your headlights on. Even if its lights are off, you would still see something. Does he go, Rachel? Yeah. Well, I guess to be fair, like, he left. I guess I was a bit confused because he left, it was daytime, and then when he got there, it was nighttime. So I just thought there's a little bit of back and forth of time. God, we got 41 minutes left of this movie, man. Holy shit. Because you got this stuff of Ra's al Ghul. Ready for Freddy? So stop being a daft bitch and go out there. Happy birthday, you bitch. Happy birthday, you wanker. Yeah, so you say. Like I said, I mean, I love and appreciate the supporting cast. And see, when I say like Ra's al Ghul, like Liam Neeson himself is good, and I can enjoy like his stories and maybe the Batman cartoon. It's one of those things that the villain disappears for so long that you almost forget about. Like he's disappeared for a little over an hour now, and then comes back in. I don't know why now I imagine like Axel Foley. This man kills people for a living. Axel Foley versus Ra's al Ghul. This guy likes chunky asses. So yeah, you don't act like an asshole so that people leave and so that they'll be safe. Also, it'll also help later that they won't come to his place later on. And sorry I'm not saying anything, I'm just listening to the dialogue. Because it's been a while since I've seen the film. I apologize to people, it's not the most fun, exciting commentary. I'm not good at commentaries, I guess. Just really burn the fucking place down. He didn't leave you for dead. He pulled your ass out of the fire and... So already Ra's al Ghul's full of shit. He didn't leave you for dead, you asshole. He pulled you out, so you slept on a comfy fucking... Well, not comfy, but... He pulled you out of the fucking burning place, left you for dead. So he's already full of shit. Ra's al Ghul's a lying sack of shit, too. You left me for dead. No, he didn't. Lying son bitch. I'm glad that burning log is not burning him at all. I mean, that burning log... Oh, it's not burning anymore. Or it is burning. Okay, it's burning on the top. So thankfully the fire was only on the top, not on the bottom. If any of that fire was on the bottom, he'd be burned the fuck out of. But thankfully that fire... Thankfully it landed on top. With the fire was just on top. It definitely is trying to have that epic feel to it. I think I like that better in Hardcore Henry, where... Oh, what was that line in Hardcore Henry? I want to get it right. God, what was that line? Are you gonna lay there, swallow that blood in your mouth? Or you gonna stand up, spit it out, and go spill theirs? Yeah. I love you, Henry. I'll never call you anything but your name, but you gotta decide. Are you gonna lay there, swallow that blood in your mouth? Or are you gonna stand up, spit it out, and go spill theirs? That, yeah, that I would say I'm much more into. Yeah, this is where pretty much the shit's really going to hit the fan here. I don't know why, just the way Gotham looks. I don't know if it's the way it's lit or its structure. Guy's like, dude, fuck, oh, smell the glove, kid, smell the glove. I don't know why that makes me laugh. Smell the glove. Yeah, sorry I'm not saying anything. Now think about it, if that one cop was ready to shoot someone, you know there's going to be a lot of fucking dead bodies there, or people killing other people. And that's the point, is to be a bigger sense of danger. Scarecrow, where the fuck's the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion then, you ass? So pretty much, I mean, this finale got a lot of foggy settings because of the toxin. Well, Scarecrow got a taser to the face. And there you go. There's all the fucking inmates. So it's not enough the inmates are crazy. I imagine the toxin probably made them crazier. I'm Spider-Man. I don't know why Batman's using his voice with Liam Neeson. It's not like Liam Neeson knows what he sounds like. Like, if it's to hide his voice, why is he using that voice when talking to Liam Neeson? Is that like, he doesn't know I'm Bruce Wayne, so I'm going to hide my voice? Like, your fucking nose. Like, he already fucking knows you're Bruce Wayne, dude. You don't have to hide your voice by talking like this. Why is that, though? Explain it to me. Why does he do the voice against Liam Neeson? Now we get more shitty fights. God, these fight scenes suck dick. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They can disagree all they want, that's fine, it's a free country. I'm not gonna praise these shitty fucking fight scenes. They're dog shit. Fucking dog shit. I'm gonna keep saying they're dog shit. Just like these dog shit. So yeah, Gary Oldman driving the Tumbler. We got Batman pretty much trailing from with the train. I mean, fuck, if you think about it, just this amount of damage and fear to people could already fucking kill Gotham. If you think about it. Like, this alone could fuck up the entire thing of Gotham. He doesn't have to do the entire city. This alone, to try to cure everybody, I mean, that'd be a hell of a task. At the end, the fight scene does nothing for me. I forget what the hell Gary Oldman's trying to do. Sorry, that's my fault. Obviously, the train's going to the main hub, Wayne Tower and stuff. Oh, okay, he's going to shoot the shit out of it. Oh, I shoot the shit so the train doesn't get there. That's what it is. See, this is why Liam Neeson lost. If it was his character taken, he would have won. See, that's the issue. That's the problem. He didn't have that particular set of skills. Well, I'm afraid of Taken 2 and Taken 3. That's what I'm afraid of, Liam Neeson. I'm afraid of those shitty sequels. Nope, I don't stop him and crash the shit out of it. I won't kill, but I don't have to save you. Well, I mean, it's still the same as killing him. I mean, let's be honest. It's still the fucking same thing. Just saying. It's still the same fucking thing, dude. It is. I mean, I guess semantics, but you still killed them. Drunken millionaire burns down home. Yeah, it's nice to see Morgan Freeman play off a bit of Rutger Hauer, like the scene before. Again, a lot of good supporting actors. Don't give a fuck about the Dawes character again. And it's not like the actress does a bad job, to be fair. And I'd probably say she does a better job than the girl in The Dark Knight. Well, that ain't gonna happen because you're dead in the next movie. So, you're effed in the A, lady. You're fucked in the A. Not literally. That'd be in the other film, Bat Pussy. I forget the reason why she didn't come back for the next one. Was it because she was married to Tom Cruise and this whole Scientology thing, or was it she felt theater there was nothing much to her? Which I don't blame her. I mean, she's right. She's pretty much in there to die in that sequel. Because as a setup for the sequel, for I'd get the Artemis inmates. I'd go after Joker. Heath Ledger does a good job in the second film. I'll give you that. He does do a good job. Yeah, to Nick, I apologize. This commentary isn't much to run home about. It's been a while since I've actually sat through and watched this all the way through. It's been many, 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 many years, so a lot of times me kind of listen to the dialogue again. Created by Bob Kane. Bullshit. It wasn't just Bob Kane. This is before... If you don't know what I'm talking about, I mean, that's a whole other conversation. It wasn't just Bob Kane. There was another individual that they stole the fucking credit from. And I forget his name because they've not said as much. Bill Finger. And Bob Kane fucked over Bill Finger. That's why Bob Kane can suck my dick. Bill Finger fucked over was fucked over so long by Bob Kane. Like, Bob Kane fucked over Bill Finger so much. Like, Bill Finger created so much about Batman. Bill Finger teamed up with so much shit about... I mean, Bill Finger came up with Robin. Bill Finger came up with the Joker. Bill Finger came up with the Penguin. And he came up with a lot of shit that made Batman Batman. And Bill Finger never got the credit. And he died poor and destitute and alone. And got railroaded by Bob Kane, who just sat on his laurels and fucking took the sole credit and never mentioned Bill Finger. Fuck Bob Kane. He can eat my asshole. I have no respect for him with the way he treated Bill Finger and fucked him over and didn't give him any money and had him die, destitute, lonely, never did the credit deserved. Never, in his life, never found the recognition because Bob Kane fucked him over. Like, dropped him like a bad habit for bullshit reasons because Bob Kane wanted the sole glory. So yeah, Bob Kane can go fuck himself. He could go eat shit. Fuck Bob Kane. Fucking asshole. Yeah, I know he's dead. Fuck Bob Kane still. Rest in peace, Bill Finger. So, sorry, I went on a rant there. But it's bullshit. The whole thing's fucking bullshit. Pisses me off. He did get fucked over, and it sucks. Really feel bad for Bill Finger's family, or I don't even know if he had family. I don't even know. He just got fucked over so fucking badly. It sucks. Anyway, sorry, the bit of rant at the end there, but anyway, I'll do a review after this because Nick also asked for that. Thank you so much, Nick. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.